What up, party people? I'm Sean.
I'm Steph.
And you're watching Rampant Live. I happen to have my favorite person on the planet, or one of them anyway, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your entire life. He's waving and you can't see him, so it's really great. He's the editor, he runs Aujom Productions, and he throws the big Mando Party every year, which in my mind is the kickoff to NABSHOW. He's one of my favorite people, like I said before. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Brian Tario.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Welcome to Vegas.
Yeah, I was going to say, you decided to take it up a notch and say, you know what, screw this whole edit bay nonsense. I'm going to show you where I live, and I think this is kind of like a gauntlet. I think you're just throwing this out against everybody to have all the guests step it up a notch, like get away from the edit bay maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You've seen the computer before. You don't need to see the edit bay.
That's true. Most of us have the same computer, so yeah, you bring up a very valid point. So
yeah, it's all good.
So I'd like to thank everyone who's watching on YouTube and watching on Facebook. Charles Holloway, we love you. Everybody, thanks for watching. If you have any questions during the show, Brian is live in Las Vegas who will answer your questions. And there's even people standing behind Brian who probably will also answer questions. So for those of you for anyone out there who doesn't know who you are, give us a real quick overview of who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm the owner of Aujom Productions. I started the company in 2002 to do digital signage work. And over the years, it's evolved into a combination of that and corporate work mostly. So I do a lot of gaming-related stuff, as you would imagine, slot machine promos, that sort of thing. I like long walks on the beach, and I like to play the drums. And I have 2 dogs and a wife and a son in college. And yeah, so all this video stuff is great fun, but a lot of it goes towards the real fun, right?
Right.
Like playing the drums and hanging out with family.
Right.
So yeah, man, it's been great. It's been a great ride. So I'm coming up on 15 years now. It's amazing.
It should be noted that of all the people I know in this industry, you are the most chill. You've got like this monk Zen-like approach where most of my friends are high-strung, myself included, and you're like, whatever. You're super easygoing.
Yeah, I try to be pretty chill, I think that makes life a little easier. I don't know. I don't like conflict very much. I'm not good with conflict management. But I also think it's good because my business card says producer instead of editor or motion graphics guy or whatever else it might say. Or president, I guess. But the reason it says producer, right, is because that's my job, is to meet with clients and get the work and maintain the relationships and also do the work too, right? But I feel like producer is sort of the biggest umbrella that encompasses the most stuff. Oh, that woman weighs 114 pounds.
What? Okay, so the rest of us need some context. We know what you're talking about, but if you don't mind, why don't you let everybody know what's going on here? And by the way, the guy standing behind you is super bro-tastic.
Oh, yeah? Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. Look at that. Okay, so I'm literally in Vegas. This is not compositing, right? So, it's crazy hot.
Yes.
It's crazy hot. I don't know why I didn't decide to do this in, September. But we're at Fremont Street. We're at the edge of the Fremont Street experience, which is that way. And then if you go that way, that's Fremont East, which is the new hip, cool place to go for all the millennial crowd, right? But right here next to me is a giant scale, and it's attached to the Heart Attack Grill. And the Heart Attack Grill has this shtick where if you weigh more than 350 pounds and you're willing to prove it to the entire restaurant, you eat for free. So I can tell you from experience, the food is awful. So Vegas tip number 1. Don't ever go to the Heart Attack Grill on Fremont Street.
Yeah, I would say they're not living the vegan life there.
No, it's pretty gross. But I'm actually broadcasting live from Banger Brewing Company, which is right next door. So I get to watch all these people weigh themselves during the live show.
That's
pretty fun. And I get
this is rapidly becoming the most interesting show. We really haven't talked about anything yet, so that's great, man.
Right. Hey, do you like Codex?
Hey,
How about frame size?
hey, Brent Willett. Hey, Nova Six. Hey, Paul Watkins. Paul says, "Hey, from the second hottest place next to Las Vegas. I believe he's in Arizona."
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's hot.
So, speaking of the heat, what do you do to stay cool? I mean, we've asked you this question before, and you've given us a great answer. But what do you do during the summer? You don't typically stay outside doing live shows in 200-degree weather, right?
No, this is literally the first live show I've done all week, and I'm just kidding, like ever in my whole life. But no, it's the inverse of what happens when you live in like Minnesota, for example, right? In December, January, you don't go hang out outside just for funsies in Minnesota, right? Well, in Vegas, unless there's a pool party or like a live show or something like that, you just really don't hang out outside in like July, August, that much, you know?
Right.
It's just too hot. So you hang out inside, you know, or you hit the pool. A lot of pools around here, so that's good. Or you hide out in your edit bay, right? Those are usually pretty cool.
I'm just surprised that the pools don't evaporate. It's so dang hot out there. But I love it. It's one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, it's a great city. It really is. I've been here 16 plus years, and I love it, actually. It's really
So
fun.
let's talk about, you mentioned gaming, but what kind of work do you see in that area? I mean, every work has most areas are region specific when it comes to video. Other than gaming, what other kind of work do you find in that area?
Oh, other than gaming? Well, let's see. I work for quite a few gaming manufacturers, but I also do work for actual casinos. So I kind of work both sides of the gaming industry. Other than that, let's see. I do some work for a chain of bars. We have a lot of those here too. I think gaming is really the main thing now. You know, whether it's corporate video, like a sales tool or a promotional video for a product, or whether it be like a broadcast TV spot for a casino, or like digital signage for a trade show or for a casino or something like that. It's really kind of all gaming related, it seems like, in some way.
So this digital signage is typically really crazy resolutions, right? It's not usually 1920 by 1080. It's something very random, right? Or very different, unusual.
Yeah. So like I said, I started the company to do digital signage back in 2002, and we started out doing work for the Palms. Right? And so we used to do stuff for the marquee as well as for their in-house screens, and there's usually a variety of resolutions to deal with. So I've done a lot of content that's tiny, like 144 by 70, or something weird like that. I've done stuff that's like half height VGA, which would be like 640 by 240. I've never done ribbon boards, like the 10,000 by 40 or whatever. Never really done those. But everything else related to digital signage. And then, it doesn't matter really what the shape is. It could be landscape, it could be portrait, like a standard screen just flipped on its side. It could be a custom installation, whatever. So it's a huge variety of stuff. And that's why I use After Effects.
Yeah, we lost most of that, brother. You're cutting out big time. Can you switch to that Wi-Fi maybe? Can you call us right back? Is that possible?
Oh, yeah,
You went down to like one solid pixel, like the casinos didn't want you to tell your secrets or something.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, that was a great explanation.
It was a great explanation. I really think that the casinos didn't want you to say what you were doing because everything you said was garbled. It's like Mr. Robot there for a second.
Oh no! Is it still bad? You want me to really hang up?
Your call, TV. You good?
Yeah, I mean it looks good.
Yeah,
now.
it looks good now, but it really was just like, oh, he's talking about the casinos, but now it's fine. So that's kind of strange.
Okay. Well, I won't call them casinos.
Right. Let's come up with a code word for it.
So anyway, digital signage. Yes, I do a lot of digital signage stuff. And yeah, the resolutions are really whatever the installation requires. It could be anything from standard 1080 to like 100 by 50. It just really depends on the particular installation because they're all unique.
Yeah, the one thing I love is standing right in the middle of the strip, or not the middle, but somewhere around Paris, and just looking all the way around and seeing every sign. Like Cosmo has the best sign, I think. He's got the way they've got it formatted. I love that sign. But it's so cool to see all this After Effects work just sitting there on signage, and people are walking by not even understanding what they're seeing. And I think we lost him.
Yeah, it's really cool. Cosmo has great stuff. Oh, did you lose me?
I think we lost video.
Yeah, brother, this is.
Oh no. All right, I'll call you
all right,
back.
we'll do a little tap dance while we wait for you to call back, brother.
All right, tap dance.
Sorry about that, folks. We'll get him back. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions for Brian, we'll get him back. We've got lots of stuff to talk about, but apparently everybody and their brother was on their Wi-Fi because all of a sudden it just took a dive. So
we'll get him back.
Yeah, we'll get him back. So, Steph, how's it going?
So it's going good. It's the live aspect of a live show. Oh, there he is. Woo.
He's back. Hey, brother.
Hey. Is that better?
Actually,
Yes.
it is better.
Oh, good. I like better. Better's good.
Yeah. So, it's now a radio show.
Well.
Oh, well, this might be the shortest episode of Rampant Live in the history. Yep, here we go.
We'll get it.
So
So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank
on
you,
Rampant
Facebook
Live.
and YouTubers.
Thank you for commenting, and if you have any questions for Brian, if you
have any questions for us, because we might not be able to ever speak to Brian ever again.
be on.
Yeah, live is usually Nova 6. It's not usually this exciting. Normally, the people are in a pretty high network area, and well, we don't have any connection issues. But when you're live on the
Strip.
on the downtown Fremont area, the other strip in Las Vegas, if you will, you never know what's going to happen.
But we
tested this
actually did
last
the
night.
test. Yeah, we
tested
did
this
a
last
test
night for like an
last night.
hour. No problems.
No issues. We picked out this spot. Brian picked it out. We were like, this is perfect. And so we...
So, Sean, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I don't sleep much nowadays, but other than that, I'm all right. How you doing, Paul? Dave Basuto is the only one repping Facebook, unless something's happened and I can't see it. It's entirely possible Brian got beamed up by aliens and is no longer with us. So that's great. So anyway, everybody, this is so what's your favorite plugin for rotoscoping? To be honest, there's only one. Right, I saw a preview for this new one that's supposedly coming out. It's very similar to Silhouette. It looked like it's pretty awesome, but it's not out yet, so I can't really talk about that. But my de facto roto plugin is going to always be Mocha. That plus they're freaking amazing human beings over there. So, yeah, Mocha for the win. Although a lot of times I get lazy, and because I've been rotoing for over 20 years, I just start rotoing in After Effects, completely forgetting I can go to Mocha. So I don't. There's times I did that thing for Film Riot and did all that wire and rig removal, and I was halfway through the shot when I was like, I could have probably done this in Mocha, but it was just too intense because the shots kept coming. Too much casino talk. Well, that's the market in Vegas. But Brian did this great job in Mocha just a few days ago. Hopefully he will call back. It's starting to wonder if he disappeared. Phatek, I don't know if they do roto, but they do have that cool tracking software. It's weird how it works. So I was talking with Ben King about the Phatek stuff, and the tracking is unbelievable, but you can only use it in certain scenarios. You can't link to the tracking data. Here we go. Hey!
Hey, so I got some bad news. It's literally so hot that my phone shut off.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So if you can't find some AC, maybe we will catch you later?
Well, let me go inside and see if I can find... Maybe I'll go in the bathroom.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
Yeah, let me just go inside. But I'll call you right back.
Nova 6 Marketing says, how do you guys fit everything in that you do? Oh, we'll catch you later, bro. Yeah, give us a call back. Nova 6 Marketing says, how do you guys fit in everything that you do? That's something we talk about all the time offline.
We do, yeah.
It's a lot. It's just the two of us, the entire company, everything you see, the websites, the customer service, the products, the promos, these shows, it's just us. And it wears on you. But we just try to keep moving forward. We're a very, very small company, and we are 100% financed and powered by you guys, our friends and fans. And so it's the kind of thing that even if you're tired, you just got to do it because, well, the bank account doesn't allow for us to just sit around, So
it's hard, though.
It's
we work a lot of hours. Sean doesn't get a lot of sleep. He stresses a lot about things. So finding...
About 90 minutes a day at the most. Sometimes it's
really
4
bad.
hours.
We're
it's
trying
really
to
bad,
fix
but
that.
it's usually about 45 minutes to 90 minutes a day.
Yeah, so it's difficult. Adding these shows on does not take away from our workload for it by any.
No, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, this is fun. We like talking to you, and we love talking to our guests about their life and their story. And so, yeah, if anybody's watching and you want to be on the show. You can email me at sales@rampantdesigntools.com. I'll put you on. We would love to talk to you about your work, your life, your work-life balance, all that stuff. So hit me up and send me an email. We'll get you on.
Yeah, for real. Every single person in this industry has a great story, and we want to hear yours. So we want you on the show. Hey.
First guest ever.
You're not the worst guest, but I could have sworn someone just like rolled by on rollerblades or something. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, probably. Yeah, so now over my shoulder we've got the Toy Shack, which is a toy store.
Nice.
Yeah, but now I'm inside, so hopefully my phone won't shut off.
No, dude, it's not the worst show ever. We were just talking about the Nova 6 was just mentioning this is what you get when you have a live show. Anything can happen.
Yeah, especially when it's literally hotter than hell.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be 115 today.
See, that's just obscene. That is just obscene, man.
Yeah.
We visited you for my birthday once, and we were on the monorail platform, and it was like 1:11 at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You felt like your throat was being vacuumed.
But it's a dry heat,
right?
Though,
Yeah,
so
everybody says that.
Yeah.
So either you can't perspire or you only perspire. That's your only two choices in this country.
Right. Oh, no, I'm perspiring.
Really? It just seems like it's evaporating the second you do.
Yeah. So, where did we get with digital signage?
Let's
just
roll that back because I find that to be incredibly interesting. I use After Effects every day of my life, but it's either 4K or HD. So let's talk about, and when you look at the signage out even just on the strip alone, not including what's inside the casinos, there are all kinds of different formats. They're rarely HD.
Right.
So can you talk a little bit about the kinds of formats and just the randomness of signage?
Yeah, so basically, you've got a lot of different options. Most of them are custom. There's not a lot of off-the-shelf stuff that's used in these casinos because they want to be unusual. So, that's really one of the reasons why I love After Effects so much, because you can literally make anything in After Effects, right? Any shape, any size, basically, realistically. Like I've made stuff that's, postage stamp size, like I think 100 by 70 was a size that I used for a casino in Colorado, for example.
Wow.
And then obviously occasionally you do stuff that's larger than like 1080 HD, but not typically because the viewing distance is a big factor in digital signage, right. That's how you can get away with something so small, right? Like if you project something 200 by 100 at 50 feet, it looks pretty good, right? So it just depends on the viewing distance and all that. But I do a lot of stuff that's portrait, instead of landscape. I've done stuff that's like odd shapes where you have to create custom masks, to like fit a particular screen, like the TI sign, for example. You create everything portrait, but then you mask it all off so that you can see what the shape of the actual letters of the sign are, because it's a T and an I. So, a lot of variety there, but that's why After Effects is so great.
So speaking of After Effects, let's talk a little bit about the big move that you just did. You moved from Mac to PC. So what did you move from and what did you move to?
So I had a Mac Pro, for the last, like 5 years or so. I forget what the specs were exactly, but it was like a 2010 or 2011 Mac Pro. And it was nice, it lasted for years. It's still running fine. But it was getting really, really long in the tooth. And so it was time to upgrade. And, I've been talking to people about the Mac PC thing for years, probably 3 years before I actually bought this last computer. And I just felt like Apple wasn't going anywhere with their professional desktop products. So, and I talked to a few people that had spent $10,000 or $12,000 on the trash can, the new Mac Pro, and they just weren't happy. To the point where, a couple of people actually just sold them.
Right.
And switched to PC. So I decided go with PC, more bang for the buck. I still spent the same amount of money, if not more, but I got a lot more machine for my money.
What is this, a custom build, or is this a specific manufacturer that you went with?
No, it's a custom build. It's a company out of New Jersey called Main Gear.
Okay.
And my friend Bill turned me on to them, and it's a solid machine. It's huge. I should have looked at the specs a little closer. Always look at your specs before you purchase a machine.
Right.
Don't assume that it'll fit under your desk, because mine does not fit under my desk.
But that's America, man. You want it big and bad and loud, man. Come on.
Yeah. So, I'll throw a couple cinder blocks under the desk.
Nice.
Make it a standing desk.
Have you had a chance to really put it through the ringer yet? Can you compare After Effects on your Mac that you used to have to what you have now? Have you noticed a significant increase in speed?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a huge increase. So I think I went from 32 gigs of RAM to 128. So that helps a lot, and then I'm running all of my stuff off of the internal RAID. So I've got an internal RAID 5. A 16 terabyte RAID 5.
Nice.
So that helps. And then the cache drive is a 500 gig SSD. And then the boot drive is one of those NVMe drives, the PCIe SSD. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So getting hardcore dorky now.
Yeah, we are.
So like I got all the fancy pants stuff, right? And it runs really, really great. To the point where, since they uncoupled the interface and the playback of After Effects, however many versions ago, a couple versions ago, since they uncoupled that, like, now I can just play stuff and make change to my timeline, and it just keeps playing. It's it's bizarre for somebody that started on After Effects in '99, where, you've probably spent thousands of hours watching RAM preview bars.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Thousands. So, to just be able to even touch the interface now and have it play back, it's just amazing to me still. I kind of forget that it's even an option.
Yeah. You're breaking up again. Let's hope it clears up here. Is your phone dying on us again, or do you think it's...
Uh-oh.
Someone did...
No, I'm still here.
Brett Bolton asks, what beer do you have?
Sorry, you were breaking up on that one. What's that?
Yeah, we're losing you big time, brother.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you're one big blob at this point, my friend.
So I can't hear you, but if you can hear me, I'm thinking this might be the last time you allow a guest. Yeah. This would be the last time you allow a guest to do a live remote, I think.
I think what you need to do is ask everyone around you to stop playing Pokemon Go so we can have a live show.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
That could be it. So, yeah, sorry. Did you hear what I was saying about After Effects?
Sort of. I mean, you were talking about being able to preview.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So there you go. So I got a sweet new computer.
Yeah. And so are you running Windows 10?
I'm losing you again.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think we should redo this show someday.
Probably.
I'm thinking that's a good idea.
Probably. Nicole
Yeah.
says, "Where in the world are you?"
Yeah. See, this is... Who's that, Nicole? Hack?
Yeah.
I'm down on Fremont Street at a brewery. It's called Banger Brewery.
Yeah, remember when we said this was going to be the most watched episode?
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, just imagine how amazing this show would be if we didn't have technical problems.
I agree.
Right? I mean, I'm like a fountain of knowledge over
You are.
here. I'm just trapped in this like tiny pipeline of data.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah, I think... Well, all right, so are you running the latest Windows then? Are you running Windows 10?
Yes, sir. Windows 10 Pro. And I'm not running the current Adobe suite because I'm scared. I'm on 2015.2.
Yeah, no, that's okay. The latest version has all kinds of bugs.
I'm a little scared. I've read some weird stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you use Dynamic Link's basically
So-
broken right now between After Effects and Premiere.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that's a
upgrade.
small problem for me. I'm just like, what was that? Okay, not upgrading. So have you? The big concern that we have from our friends who switched said that they can't stand the OS. Does it bother you now? I mean, is it cool? Is it fine? Because we're actually going to get a PC for at least for our live streams.
I don't have any problem with Windows. I've been running Windows since '92 in some capacity or
I see.
another. So I don't really care, frankly. I've always been platform agnostic. I don't really care about like what computer I use as long as it works well. It doesn't really matter.
George,
The keyboard shortcuts are a little weird,
Yeah.
you know, like having to like readjust how your fingers work for shortcuts. Like that's frustrating, but it's not that big of a deal.
I always ended up
you know?
hitting the Windows key on accident. That's just my only thing. George Kennedy's here in the room, and he says that he loves you and wants to say hi. There's no delay here at all.
Hey, George.
Wow.
I saw George's show a couple nights ago.
Yeah, and you know what? It went off without a hitch, so...
Yeah. Well, that's probably because he was at home and he had Wi-Fi. We're living on the edge here, man. This is Vegas.
You're on the edge of connection, really, on the edge of LTE or Wi-Fi.
Yeah, totally. I just woke up, man. The day's just started.
Nice.
No, just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, the computer thing is going well. You know, I don't mind it. Like I said, I've been a Windows guy for years, off and on. So it doesn't matter to me.
That's cool. No, you know, everyone has their own opinions on it, and we're actually looking at getting a PC just because even our live stream machine is running at typically at 60 or 70% capacity when the PCs would be like 30 or 40%. You know, so that is just so much faster. I do so much 5K work that the PCs would just tear through it. You know. Oh
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have no problem playing back 6K red stuff, full res.
That's cool. Quit bragging, by the way.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's really challenging to play that back.
All right, so let's talk about work-life balance. Like, how do you live in a tourist area just like us? So I'm sure that Vegas probably has something to do with your getaway time with you and your wife. So can you talk about how you kind of balance between work and real life, I guess?
My work-life balance is all rooted in, I guess, my wife and the dogs and playing drums and just hanging out with friends and, you know, stuff like that. My son's in college, so, you know, part of my work-life balance is making sure I can afford tuition. Right. That's expensive. So you got to pay for that, right? But yeah, my work-life balance is probably mostly about playing drums and hanging out with friends and family, really. You know?
No, that's important. So let's talk a little bit about this world famous Mando Party.
Oh yeah.
You are the purveyor. You are the gatekeeper to what I consider to be the official start of NABSHOW every year. And every year something crazier and crazier happens.
Well, that's the goal, right?
Right. So this year you were like, look, Sean, I need you to go down 24 flights of stairs because I'm just going to go ahead and kill the elevators. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm big into fitness, right? So I want to make sure that, if you have a few drinks, you burn those calories off before you get to your hotel.
And we did.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. That was kind of a disaster.
It wasn't a disaster, though. It was a
memory.
great story. It was a great memory. I was running right behind Jeff Greenberg all the way down the stairwell. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, man, I bet that was great.
This is
guy.
like one of those newscasts where you're like in Afghanistan and like, hey, Bob, can you tell us what's going on? Delay. I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Oh, man. It really is like that. It's like that on this end,
It's really quite terrible, Brian. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What's funny is we tested this last night and it was fine,
Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying right now.
Nice.
It's just a frozen image of Steph laughing.
Nice.
Is all it is.
Nice. Yeah.
We might have to pick this one up.
I think we're going to go ahead and have to cut this one, brother. You everything keeps pausing and skipping and
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, no, don't apologize. You're a rock star. You're one of our favorite people, man.
I'm going to go ahead and aggregate some Wi-Fi hotspots for our next one. And
anytime you can throw the word aggregate out, it's a good thing.
Oh, thanks, man. You guys are awesome. I think we should redo this in maybe 4 weeks.
Well,
oh, totally.
We'll have Final Cut Steph here. Get it worked out.
When it gets a little cooler, then you can, if you want to still do it outside.
Let's do it. Yeah, we can either do it from the Mando, or we can do it outside in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys said, but that's what I said.
That's fine, man. I got nothing but love for you, my friend. We'll pick this up at another date.
This is awesome. This is great. It's like everybody watching gets to watch what a normal conversation is like between the three of us.
Yes. Also, this is like my worst nightmare. Like, if the only thing next is like I'm in my underwear and everyone can see it or something.
Well, I'm not wearing any pants. So
me neither. But I'm in the studio, so that's okay. You're in public, so.
I'm on Fremont Street, bro. It doesn't matter here.
Ain't no laws up in here. Yeah, George is right. We need to have you hardwired next time.
Yeah.
George judges you.
Maybe,
no, he doesn't.
I know. Well, George is a live stream expert. See,
George is a guru. He's the reason we have a show. We wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for George.
Yeah. He's like, this 64 kilobits per second is not acceptable for live streaming.
No, it's really not.
All right. So thank you, guys. I apologize for being the pain in the butt.
Oh, you're not, dude. You're not a pain in the butt. This is the world of live streaming, brother. So we'll. It's funny how it worked out flawlessly last night, though, during our test.
Yeah, right. It was great.
It was flawless.
We talked for 30 minutes straight. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Brian. We'll do this again.
We're gonna do this again
because we got nothing but love for you, man.
I got at least 20 more minutes of knowledge.
Well, we'll rewind and do it all over again. So we'll get you like 30 minutes of knowledge.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody who were watching on YouTube and Facebook. So sorry about the technical stuff, but there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks, Brian, for coming in. And we promise next time Brian is on the show, he will be hardwired.
Yes. And don't forget, you can catch out all of our past shows at rampantlive.com.
Except for this one. You won't see this one on rampantlive.com. Or maybe you will, under bloopers.
If you would like to be on the show, you can always email me at sales@rampantdesigntools.com.
Yes,
we would love to hear your story.
We want to hear your story, but we only have one prerequisite, that you have internet access. That's it. That's all you need.
You can catch our shows every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Next week's guest is Owen from
Ireland.
on Tuesday from Ireland. It is going to be at 6 p.m. because of his time difference. So next week's is a little different on Tuesday. It will be at 6 p.m.
And we just confirmed, but I'm not going to say who, we just confirmed a very big director and really cool guy coming on the show in just a few episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Brian. We got to get Brian back on the show.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we're going to get you back.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Brian. Sorry.
Yeah, and so if you want to be on the show, hit us up, sales@rampantdesigntools.com. If you want to complain to Brian about this show, I will tweet you his phone number and his email address. So we'll call him light, call him often.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I won't do that.
Just
Thank you,
kidding.
Brian. You've been a good sport about this. We'll catch you on the flip side, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye. You
night.
too, man.
Bye.